Are people as excited about SpaceX everywhere? I mean, what has that been like?
Well, it's been really interesting because we've actually got a Scottish company, Scottish Mortgage Investment Trust, and they had 8% of their trust invested in SpaceX pre-IPO. So people have been buying this company listed on London Stock Exchange to have exposure to SpaceX because everybody was excited about it. However, it's gone up so much, it's now 20% of their whole fund is in SpaceX, and it's trading at a discount to its NAV.
Hmm.
So, I'm thinking there might be a bit of a pair trade there, long Scottish mortgage investment and shorting SpaceX. I made my first print shorting it today.
Hey, there you go.
Brave or stupid.
Yeah, right. We'll find out. Either way, I mean, it's like putting on risk on regardless. Yeah, it's a very fascinating time, I would say. The other thing I think is interesting, we always talk about how in markets, if one area sneezes, the others catch a cold. What we're seeing already is interest rates rising. And inflation has been a thing. It has not really gone away, especially since the start of the war when we saw oil and all that. Oil's coming back, but yet it's still remaining. Nevertheless, even if we think it's going to be a blow off top and it's going to chill out and inflation is going to calm down, we're already seeing interest rates rise, right? We're starting to see it mostly across the pond. You guys on that area are starting to raise our interest rates already. We've yet to do it here. We do have a Fed meeting coming up. I don't think there's anything going to happen, but is that something you think is going to be a little bit worrisome going forward?
Well, and Liz, I'd be interested to hear your view on this as well. There's a conspiracy theory going around that this deal was rushed through, potential deal, rushed through last minute, just so the Fed could be more dovish tomorrow night. Sorry, we say night because it happens in our evening, tomorrow afternoon. And it allows Kevin Warsh to say, look, any inflation is going to be transitory, right? That famous old word. And therefore, we get a dovish message. And then does the deal actually take place at all when it's meant to?
Liz, what do you think? You think that's a
I like the
conspiracy theory?
conspiracy theory. I like conspiracy theories. They are fun to listen to. And I don't know, something got rushed here. I will give you that. So I don't know, conspiracy, not conspiracy. Something got pushed through. So yes, I mean, I don't know that's above my pay grade, but yeah, I mean, it does.
That's her famous
Things
phrase.
do seem a little bit different this time than they had been. So things were rushed.
And plus, we've taken inventories of oil down around the world by so much that there's got to be a base level at $70, because if they've made money, up to 25%, 30%, then don't you fill all your inventories back up just in case anything bad happens? Because one thing we've learned for real, we cannot rely on that Strait of Hormuz for energy independence going forward.
Oh, I know. That's the craziest thing, that we've spent so much time relying on so many materials coming through that whole thing, whether it's energy, whether it's, other materials, anything related to oil, metals, all these different things. I mean, it's pretty crazy that that little section of the world controls so much of the economy, of a lot of economies. That's wild.
And I do think you're spot on accurate that there is going to be a base floor that's going to be higher than it was before in the price of oil, because it's not as if when everything goes like this, it's not like you can snap your fingers and everything's going to go back. So I think for a very long time we're going to have a little bit elevated of levels. They're coming down a little bit. The oil prices are coming down a little bit now, but I agree with you. There's going to be a higher base, and 70s just as good of a guess as anything else. I don't think it's going back in the 50s anytime soon.
And do the options insinuate that that's the case as well, that we've got some kind of
In oil?
base, whether it's 60, 65?
I look at the futures. I think we look at the futures more than anything. And when you see the front 2 months, obviously there's always a little bit of elevation in the front month, but it's only $1 difference. And when you look at the back months, that's the real tell here. It's pretty flat across this term structure, all in the 70s. 75,
But it's all
74,
in the
74.
70s. Kind of to Rich's point, they're all kind of saying it's going to level off in the 70s.
Yeah, it's saying that it's going to level off in the 70s. Who knows? There could be some weird flare up after, like you said. We'll see what we get on the other side of this Fed catalyst, but there could be a flare up. But right now, it's saying things are calming down. We're in the 70s, and we're going to stay here for the foreseeable future. So that's kind of really what it's saying. I'm a trader, so I try to see if anything is going to happen. I went out to 30 days. I bought a call spread. I bought the 85, 88 call spread just in case we get back in the mid 80s. It's the summer season. There's a lot of travel that happens. A lot goes on. maybe there's a flare up, but if not, it's fine. It's risk defying. I don't mind it, but it does look like things have calmed down, and maybe this is going to be for real. Look, I haven't followed these headlines. I can't, dude. I, for the most part, stop listening to the headlines. I just watch the price action because it tells you more.
All right, we've only got Rich for another 30 seconds. Where are you going right now in that outfit?
Right. So my dream would be to go onto the trading floor this afternoon. So I'm hoping to go down to the CVOE and get onto the trading floor, put a little call into JJ and see if that can take place.
He can make it happen.
He can make
If
that
anybody
happen.
can make it happen,
And then tomorrow meeting Sosnoff for lunch, then jetting back to Boston and Boston for 5 days, and then down to Miami for Scotland against Brazil. Probably a dream match.
God, that's going to be a game. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be outnumbered in Miami. I'm going to tell you, I grew up in Miami. There's going to be a lot of Brazilians there, I'm sure.
I'll take that challenge.
I'm sure of it. Rich McDonald from IG, great to have you on, man. Great to see you.
It's an honor to be on Tasty at last.
He's a good-looking guy, Liz. You got to see him up close. He's a good-looking dude.
I told you, I'm his number one fan, and I've only met him through the
He's
screen.
got a little, back of mesh going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good-looking dude, man. Great to have you on.
Right back at you.